With BlizzCon finally indulging us with a taste of Diablo 4, some of us are still left in the dark. But don't worry, my name is Seth, and this is what we know about Diablo 4 so far. But before I tell you any of that, just to let you know that Diablo 4 is actually still in the making, and I hope you've known that for some time. So anything that I say in this video might change when it finally comes out. In this video, I will be briefly talking about the game, obviously, and also the classes and their skills. We are also going to be talking about social aspect of the game, and I'll be giving my own impression of how the game is. The genre for this game is a isometric ARPG, for which is the same for Diablo. If you do not know what isometric RPG means, it technically means, to sum it up, it's honestly a game where you look at it from above with an angle. Diablo 4 will be released for PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Although we are not sure if cross-platform may finally be introduced, and honestly it's something that I would kind of hope for to come out. Release date is nowhere to be found, with people speculating and hoping that it will be released in the year 2021. The main antagonist is Lilith, who is Mephisto's daughter. I would love to dive deeper into Lilith, but honestly I think that would just be another video that I would like to make. Diablo 4 is filled with 5 massive regions, where one region is about 20 times bigger than any region that they have seen. This also introduces mounts in the game, and also like the classic waypoint system to move around as well, where you can teleport to each waypoint. There will be hundreds of dungeons where it will also be randomized. They're kind of like greater rifts. Trading and PvP will also be in Diablo 4. I'm sure the auction house will be out of the question. It received bad reviews from the community, so hopefully they don't make that same mistake. Runes, or like rune words, I think they're kind of just like the same thing as gems. Open world bosses will also be introduced in the game. This means that you will see actual random players all in one lobby tackling on one major boss. From what I heard, that world bosses can hold up to 100 people or more. And moving on to classes. There will be 5 available at launch, and as if you guys know, that there were 3 that were unveiled at BlizzCon. The classes that were unveiled were the Sorceress, Barbarian, and Druid. And I want to start with the Sorceress. They manipulate elements such as ice, lightning, and fire. They're kind of similar to the past Diablo games. And the Barbarian, they use a battle system called Arsenal, which allows them to wield multiple weapons, up to 4 weapons. That's insane. And you're able to assign those weapons to different skills. The Druid is coming back to Diablo 4, where they shapeshift into different animals or beasts. Moving from beast to beast is very fluid-like. And one of the developers said was that they took away some of the Druid's fire skills so that they are more tied with nature and are able to bring down thunder. And I think I saw some tornadoes as well. And out of these classes, it seems like that they were missing some type of range class. Usually when I think of this, I would expect like a bow or a crossbow, kind of like similar to the Demon Hunter. But I don't know, I could be wrong. But the fact that they didn't unveil that in BlizzCon, maybe they want to change something up with the range character. So, I mean, I could be wrong, so hopefully, you know, we'll see. Or maybe they just don't want to show it for you. These are literally just speculations. And with the last class, I think that it's usually something odd. Something that I may be able to pull out of my butt and say, hey, wow, this is good. There could also be chances that some characters could come back to Diablo, assuming that we would have expansions or DLCs along the way. Going into the social aspect, there will be social areas in Diablo 4 where you can make friends and make parties and chat. You can also trade and look at other people's gear. They also implemented clans, but I don't really know anything else about it. I'm also gonna put the world boss in here too, because from the gameplays that they showed us, that there was like dozens of players in the area trying to beat the world boss, and it seems like they were losing, or it was like very close. I'm putting it here because maybe you have to go make a party first in order for you to take it down. Usually with world bosses, like in other games, there'll be like notifications or people talking in chat stating that there's a world boss here and it needs more people. And usually that's how like online friends happen, to some people anyways. Developers specifically said that you can now complete the game without doing any of the social aspect of the game. Graphics looks better than D3. It has a more of a dark themed world, kind of like death and like plague, but with like death everywhere. You see like old ruins where you see bodies, hanging corpses from what I experienced. It seemed that they're listening to the community on how to make the game better, especially when they were talking to the YouTubers. It seemed like the developers were open to the ideas, which is obviously what makes a game beautiful. It's like art, but with like death and plague. With trading, like I hope that they don't bring the auction house back. It really had negative comments about that, and like botters, I think. With the size of the game, the fact that there's 5 regions that are humongous and they expect you to use a mount to travel to new areas, to me it really gives that adventurous feeling. And with that thought in your mind, I'm also wondering about like the levels, or kind of like the level cap, because like if I'm expecting the game to be big and like from a really far-fetched idea, maybe that level cap might also be higher. I mean, it's just a thought. I mean, I could be wrong, right? I think that there will definitely be room for improvement, such as expansions, where maybe there will be new classes, new areas, new skills that would be brought into the game, kind of just like similar to Diablo 3. Hopefully that they have other things as well. And I couldn't really remember, but I think they gave you like a cosmetic item back in Diablo 3 when you bought Reaper of Souls, or was it, I can't remember, it was like the Nephilim wings or like angelic wings, I think. And finally, the end game. I actually don't have anything, sorry. Maybe if I find out, I can make a video for it, so you know, we'll see. Well, thank you so much for listening to me. If you enjoyed the content that I bring, liking this video really helps me out. And if you want to see more in the future, be sure to subscribe. If you think that I wasted your time, let me know down in the description below. Are there like ways to make my content more enjoyable? Just let me know.